Yes, guys, it's FTO back with another video. First of all, I just want to say thank you guys for all the comments and all the previous videos and on Instagram and all the support you guys give me. Thank you so much. And that's why I enjoy making these videos, and also because I actually love just talking about football, basically. But yes, I'm going to go straight into it this week. And the first game I'm going to talk about is Manchester United v Liverpool. Now, obviously by now, you probably know Manchester United won 3-1. Yeah, it was the most boring game though to watch in the first half. Like literally, it was like watching paint. It was just like that in front of the TV. Nothing happened. Like both the teams were just doing absolutely nothing. But then it all kicked off in the second half with Blint's goal, which was a pretty good goal, I must say, by Blint. And yeah, I mean, to be honest, I think Manchester United deserved the win in the end. I mean, Liverpool were missing players like Coutinho, obviously. He got a red card in a previous game, so he missed that game. Obviously, Sturridge is coming back from injury, so there were a few players missing for Liverpool. But all in all, I think Manchester United deserved to win the game. There were a few talking points. First of all, Martial, yes, the 19-year-old that cost 36 million, which I don't know if you know anything about, transfers, but that's a lot of money for a teenager. It's actually the most expensive teenager ever. Like 36 million for a 19-year-old is a lot of money. But to be honest, he silenced these critics. I was one of them, and I must say he shut me up, because in the first game on his debut at Old Trafford, bangs a goal. So well done, Martial. You kept me quiet. So yeah, that was a brilliant. Well, it looks to be a brilliant transfer by Man United so far. And also the next talking point is the goal from Benteke. If you haven't seen it, it's going to be here somewhere up on the wall. Amazing goal. It was like an overhead. It was one of them. It was amazing. But yeah, if you haven't seen it, it will be up here somewhere. Great goal by Benteke. And to be honest, Benteke is a top player. I think he just needs to get a bit more service, and you're going to see a lot more goals from the Liverpool striker. But all in all, I think Manchester United deserved the win, and it does look like they're improving. Hopefully Liverpool step up their performances when Coutinho and the likes of Sturridge come back. But yeah, good game finally in the second half. Next, guys, it's the Chelsea v Everton game. Obviously, Everton won 3-1. Now, guys, I don't know if you've been watching my previous videos, but a consistent thing this season in the Premier League is, the underdog beating the bigger team. It's just happening all over the Premier League at the top 4 level, and, in the relegation, with the relegation teams. It's just unheard of. But yes, Everton won, and Naismith, a striker who, to be honest, he's not getting that much game time at the moment, because obviously with Lukaku, probably being the better striker at the moment, playing. But he managed to get in. He came on due to an injury, and to be honest, he just was amazing. He scored with his left foot, right foot, and a header. So it's what is known as the perfect hat-trick by Naismith. Chelsea, what can I say? Just not good enough once again. I mean, the goal from Matic was pretty good, I'll say that. But apart from that, it was rubbish. It was absolutely, I won't swear, but it wasn't good enough from Chelsea. I mean, too many touches. Defensively, last season, they were actually the best in the Premier League. And they've already lost the same amount of matches as they did last season already. After, 4 or 5 games already this season. So it's not looking good for you Chelsea fans out there, or anyone, connected to Chelsea. But I must say, Everton, it was a great performance by Everton. And Naismith, to be honest, I'm happy for him, because he's a really nice guy. If you don't know, he actually donates, tickets to people who can't afford them, to the homeless. And he actually does a lot for charity. So it's good to see someone like that, get a hat-trick. So good for Naismith. Think you know what I'm going to talk about next? Yes, it's the main man of the moment, Ronaldo. What can I say? The guy is just absolutely amazing. In the game against Espanyol over the weekend, he didn't score 1, no. He didn't score 2, no. He didn't score 3, no. He didn't score 4, no. He went to go and score 5 goals in one game. The guy is just galactic. That's what he is. He's a galactic player. I don't care what anyone says. he is an absolute legend of the game. It doesn't matter who the opposition is. You know, some people might say, oh yeah, but it was Espanyol. They're not a great side. To score 5 goals in any game at any level is an amazing achievement. And you know what? He's only gone and broke the record for the most goals in the Liga for a Real Madrid player, that is. And look at the stat. It's 229 goals in like 203 games. That's a ridiculous stat. I mean, if I had that kind of stat, well, I probably wouldn't actually. I would be a professional footballer. So let's scrap that. But yeah, that's an amazing achievement by Ronaldo. So Ronaldo's definitely the player of the week. We're going to have a player of the week now. I've just decided right now. We're going to have a player of the week. And Ronaldo is this week's player of the week with 5 goals in one game. They actually did win 6-0. Benzema scored the other goal. But yeah, an amazing achievement. So yeah, Ronaldo, you're our player of the week. FTO's player of the week. Over to my German friends, the Bundesliga. I'm going to talk about Dortmund first of all. They're at the top of the table at the moment. It's a complete contrast of what they've done last season, because last season they were just nowhere to be seen. They were like, I think, 10th, 15th at this point. They just didn't really play well last season, but this season, contrast, won all their games so far this season, and they're playing really good football. So I'm happy to see, I think everyone likes Dortmund for some reason. Everyone just, wants Dortmund to do well. But yeah, great performance from Dortmund over the weekend. I think they won 4-2. Bayern Munich as well, obviously, are up there with them at the, equal on points. They've also won all their games so far this season. And it's actually come out this week that Manchester United made an offer of £88 million, that is, for Muller. But, you would do when actually so far this season he scored 6 goals in like 4 games. I would probably make that offer. But obviously, as you know, he didn't want to go. He didn't want to leave Bayern Munich. And to be honest, it looks like it's paying off for Bayern Munich. Staying with the Bundesliga, Schalke won 2-1 against Mainz. But there's an unfortunate record that Huntelaar picked up, which, to be honest, as a footballer and probably as a striker, you do not want to pick up. Yes, he has missed 4 penalties in a row. To be honest, that's sad. As a striker, you don't want to, miss, 4 penalties in a row. It's just not what you want to do. Your teammates are going to shout at you. Your manager's definitely going to shout at you. FTO's definitely going to talk about you. And to be honest, Huntelaar, I must say, I really do like him as a striker, but that's not acceptable. Please score your next penalty for FTO, and I'll make sure I make you player of the week. There's your motivation. Alright guys, it's back to the Premier League with the Aston Villa v Leicester game, which we all know now that Leicester won 3-2. Obviously, Aston Villa were leading 2-0 with some 2 pretty good goals, I must say. But Leicester came back. They just don't give up. They're an amazing team. Vardy, Mahrez, all these guys playing absolutely beautiful football at the moment. But the highlight for me in that game was Mahrez. I mean, the guy is just so skillful. Like, he will, weave through, grass if he could. He's just amazing to watch. Unlike the first half of the United v Liverpool game, which was just like watching paint. It was an amazing performance by Mahrez. I'm actually going to put a clip or 2 of some of the skills. There was a point where he was running with the ball and cut it and took 3 people out of the game. He made them commit suicide on the pitch. He killed them off completely. It was amazing to see. But yeah, Mahrez, top player for me. He would be player of the week this week, but I think Ronaldo, 5 goals. I must say, that's just outrageous. So yeah, good game by Leicester, and I think Aston Villa, they just need to, get better, to be honest. They're not playing good enough. I know they did lose Benteke and Delph, but still, they need to put in better performances if they don't want to fall into that relegation spot by the end of the season. Barcelona v Atletico Madrid game, where Barcelona won 2-1 in the end. Torres did score. We're all happy to see Torres actually scoring goals now. Obviously, that's what he was brought to do at Chelsea, which didn't actually happen. But yes, he's back in Atletico, obviously, as we all know. And he does seem to be playing better and actually getting goals. So, unfortunately for him, they actually went on to lose. But it was a great free kick for Neymar. To score, to be the equaliser. It was an amazing free kick. I'll put a video up of that, definitely by Neymar. And then obviously, as you guessed it, and who else is going to score? Messi scores another goal, and I think that's his first goal of the season. So he's up and running as well as Ronaldo. But obviously Ronaldo scored 5 and he scored 1. So yeah, the battle's definitely got to start now as they're up and running. And yeah, I mean, what else can I say? MSN at it. Suarez set up the Messi goal. Neymar scores. MSN up and running as well. Italia. Yes, it's Serie A, where Juventus played Chievo and it was a 1-1 draw. Now, Juventus are the champions of Serie A, as you probably know, but they did actually lose quite a few players last season. And that might be the reason why they've actually only got 1 point so far this season in, like, I think it's 3 games in Serie A. They've actually only got 1 point, and I think they're mid-table or around the 13th place. I'm not too sure, but somewhere around there. And that's probably because of they've lost the likes of Pirlo, Tevez, who else? I think there's someone else. I can't remember off the top of my head right now, but they've lost a few players at the moment, and that might be why they're, you know, not performing. But I'm sure Juventus will step up. They've got Man City in the Champions League. It will be good to see Man City. I did say Man City, yeah, and that might be a problem because Man City are playing pretty well right now. They're higher flying in the Premier League, so that might be a daunting game for Juventus. We'll have to wait and see. But yeah, Juventus, first point, and I'm sure they'll step up their performances now and, you know, go back to the top of the table. Just a bit of news. Obviously, we were all aware of Berahino's tweet saying that he will not play for West Brom ever again. Well, let's just say he came on to play for West Brom on the weekend. So he didn't stick to that tweet, and I'm happy he didn't, because to be honest, although, you know, obviously West Brom didn't allow his transfer request to go to Tottenham to go through during the transfer period, he is a quality player, and he should understand that, you know, if the team don't want to release him from his contract, they don't have to. And he should understand that they needed him because they didn't have any other striker. So it was good that he did come on, and I'm sure, you know, he will, you know, go on to score more goals this season. High flying, still in the Premier League this season, this week rather, is Manchester City with their 1-0 win over Crystal Palace. Now, that was a win without the likes of Silva or Sterling playing, and they still managed to get a win. They've obviously, you know, won all their games so far this season, I believe, and, you know, they're still, you know, performing at a really good, you know, level. It will be good to see how they do in the Champions League this season, as they are actually playing better. And we all know Manchester City usually in the Champions League just have no bite. They're like little, you know, they just don't have any experience in the Champions League. But, you know, with the performances in the Premier League, if we're to go by that, they should do pretty well in the Champions League this season. I might do a Champions League video. I know I keep saying I might, but I need to do one. So I'll probably do one in the next couple of days if I can, and I'll put that out there for you guys, and I'll let you know if that's coming out or not. Yeah, but I mean, great performance from Manchester City, and it was a young 18-year-old that actually got the winner. Kelechi, I think his name is, Nigerian. He's only 18, and he scored the winner like in the last couple of minutes of the game. So well done to him. And yeah, I'm sure that Crystal Palace, they've been playing really well. You know, Sacco, Balassi, and, you know, Zaha, they've been playing. So I'm sure, you know, in the coming games they will, you know, play a bit better. Oh, fantasy football. Oh, fantasy football. Oh, fantasy football. Yeah, I'm getting used to doing that every week now. But yes, it's that time again, fantasy football. If you haven't joined already, I'll leave, you know, the pin thing at the bottom in the description. But yes, it's that time again. At the top of the FTO Fantasy Football League this week is a guy by the name of David Perez. His team name, Class on Grass. Now, I actually do like, that's one of the, you know, really good, well thought of names that I've had this season. Yeah, Class on Grass with 267 points. Now, that's not bad. I mean, I think the closest person, which was our previous, you know, highest point tally person, Kasim, I think it was, is 5 points behind. So he's actually not too far behind. But yeah, it looks like there's a battle going on there. Make sure you join, and make sure, you know, you tell me what changes you've made to your fantasy football teams in the comments below. And if there's any great ones, I'll be sure to, you know, mention it in my next video. But yes, and before I go, guys, Make sure you watch out for my player profile videos where I, meet footballers and like they, we just have a bit of fun. I'll actually put a video up now.
Who is better, Ronaldo or Messi?
Alright guys, make sure you subscribe if you haven't done so, and if you have, thank you so much. And also comment below anything you'd like me to talk about, or anything you've actually seen or heard in this video that you'd like to comment on, or you agree or disagree with me. Make sure you comment, and if I think it's really good, I'll put it in my next video. And make sure you share with your friends, let them know about, the whole FTO thing. And yeah, please subscribe. Thank you guys for watching. See you soon.